Welcome to this lesson on synthesizing information. When you read a short paragraph, keeping track of the main idea is easy. But when you read a longer text, say 5 or 10 paragraphs, you need a different skill. You need to hold multiple ideas in your head and connect them. That is synthesizing. It is about finding the thread that links different parts of a text together. This is one of the most important reading skills because real-world texts are rarely short and simple. Let us learn how to do it. Here's what we will cover. First, what synthesizing actually means and how it differs from summarizing. They are related but different skills. Then, how to connect ideas from different parts of a long text, which is the core skill. We will look at how to identify recurring themes that link paragraphs together. And finally, a practical annotation technique you can use while reading to keep track of ideas. The key distinction to remember is this. Summarizing is condensing what one section says. Synthesizing is connecting what multiple sections say to build a bigger picture. Synthesizing requires you to hold ideas from earlier in the text and link them to ideas that come later. So what does synthesizing actually look like? It means pulling together ideas from different parts of a text to understand the overall message or argument. Think of it like a jigsaw puzzle. Paragraph 2 might raise a problem. Paragraph 4 might give evidence about that problem. And paragraph 7 might propose a solution. Put those three together and you have the full argument. But here's the challenge. Those pieces are spread across the text with other paragraphs in between. You might read paragraph 2 and then not see the solution until paragraph 7. Synthesizing is about recognizing that paragraph 7 connects back to paragraph 2, even though there are 5 paragraphs separating them. Here are 3 practical strategies to help you synthesize while reading. First, margin notes. After each paragraph, write a 2 to 3 word label in the margin. Problem, evidence, solution, background, example. This creates a quick map of the text structure so you can see at a glance how the parts fit together. Second, bracket recurring ideas. When you notice a topic appearing again, underline it or draw a bracket. If the word cost or the idea of funding comes up in paragraphs 1, 3, and 6, those paragraphs are connected. Recurring ideas are the thread that holds the text together. Third, arrow connections. Draw arrows between related paragraphs. If paragraph 5 answers a question raised in paragraph 2, draw an arrow linking them. This makes the invisible connections visible on the page. Let us work through an example. Imagine a 6-paragraph text about regional hospitals. Paragraph 2 tells you that staff turnover has reached record levels. You write problem staff turnover in the margin. Paragraph 3 discusses the history of regional health funding. That is background. Paragraph 4 reveals that exit interviews show the main reason for leaving is lack of professional development, not salary. You write evidence, why they leave. Paragraph 5 compares urban and regional hospitals. More context. Paragraph 6 introduces a mentoring program that pairs regional staff with city specialists. You write solution, mentoring program. Now, here is the synthesis. Paragraphs 2, 4, and 6 are connected. High turnover is the problem. Lack of development is the cause. The mentoring program targets that exact cause. That is the thread. Paragraphs 3 and 5 provide background, but they are not part of the core argument. Now, let us look at spotting a recurring theme. Paragraph 1 mentions reducing costs for families. Paragraph 3 talks about upfront investment of $40 million. Paragraph 5 discusses long-term savings outweighing the initial expenditure. Do you see the thread? The recurring theme is money. But notice that the text uses different words each time. Costs, investment, savings, expenditure. This is important. Recurring themes do not always use the same word. You need to look for related concepts, not identical terms. When you bracket or underline these related ideas, you can see that paragraphs 1, 3, and 5 all contribute to a financial argument about the policy. Even though other paragraphs come between them, these three are connected by the theme of money. Let us try building the big picture from a longer text. Imagine an 8-paragraph article about water management. Paragraph 1 says shortages are increasing. Paragraph 2 gives historical background. Paragraph 3 discusses high agricultural water use. Paragraph 4 has population growth data. Paragraph 5 says urban water use is rising. Paragraph 6 is a case study. Paragraph 7 introduces a new recycling technology. And paragraph 8 has policy recommendations. The synthesis pulls the core thread together. Shortages in paragraph 1 are driven by two causes: agricultural demand in paragraph 3 and urban demand in paragraph 5. The solutions combine technology in paragraph 7 and policy in paragraph 8. Paragraphs 2, 4, and 6 provide supporting context, but they are not the main thread. Being able to separate the core argument from the supporting material is what synthesizing is all about. Now your turn. Here is a 6-paragraph article about workplace well-being. Paragraph 1 says burnout rates are rising. Paragraph 2 defines burnout. Paragraph 3 says surveys show heavy workloads as the top cause. Paragraph 4 compares European working conditions. Paragraph 5 says flexible scheduling reduced burnout by 25% in trials. And paragraph 6 says experts recommend reviewing workload policies. Which paragraphs connect to form the core argument? The answer is paragraphs 1, 3, 5, and 6. Burnout is rising is the problem. Heady workloads is the cause. Flexible scheduling is the solution, and the expert recommendation ties it together. Paragraphs 2 and 4 provide useful background and context, but they are not part of the main thread that connects problem to cause to solution. Let us recap. Synthesizing means connecting ideas from different parts of a text to build a bigger picture. It is different from summarizing because synthesis links across sections, not within one section. Look for recurring themes that appear in different words throughout the text. Costs, investment, savings, and expenditure are all the same theme. Track the problem to evidence to solution thread across paragraphs. Use annotation strategies, margin notes to label each paragraph's role, brackets or underlines for recurring ideas, and arrows between connected paragraphs. And remember, not every paragraph is part of the core thread. Learning to separate the main argument from background material is an important part of this skill. The question to keep asking yourself while reading is, how does this paragraph connect to what I read earlier?